Okay, so this is a quick tutorial for my friend Susan, who's having some issues with Multicam. Here's my process for going through a Multicam. Is the first thing that I'll do is set camera angles, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So I'm going to set this video clip here as I'm going to set the camera angle on it under the info tab in the inspector. If your inspector's not open, click this button. That will open the inspector. Go to the info tab, and down here under camera angle, I'm going to make the video angle A. And then I'm going to go to the audio, and I'm going to, again, in the inspector, I'm going to make the camera angle B. And this will help it, it'll help with how it's laid out, how these clips are laid out in the Multicam itself, how the angles are laid out. So now that I've got those set, I'm going to go ahead and select both the video and the audio. We'll right click and say new Multicam clip, and we'll just call this interview 1 cam, which tells me that it's a multicam clip. That's just my own designator. You can do whatever you want, an MC or whatever works for you. And then here under angle assembly, I'm going to choose the camera angle. And oh, by the way, in case you don't see all of this stuff, you may just see this. Click the Use Custom Settings. So again, we're going to set the angle assembly to a camera angle. Give it a name. In this case, I'm going to say use audio for synchronization because I don't have synced up timecode on this interview. We'll say OK. Give it a second, and here is our new Multicam clip. So the problem that you were having, Susan, was that you were not hearing the audio. The first thing that you do once you have this selected is go over to your inspector tab, and under the audio, or in your inspector, under the audio tab, you're going to be able to turn on and off which angle you want to use the audio on. And in this case, angle A is turned on, and angle A, if you remember, is the camera audio, and angle B is my my second system audio. So I'm going to turn A off, I'm going to turn B on, and now I should be hearing the second system audio, not the camera audio.
Jay, the first question is the role of specifications.
Let's move ahead where he's actually speaking.
First, you have an opportunity to work with the teams in verifying.
There you go. So I have a feeling that that is why you weren't hearing the audio. Also, let's see, if we open this up in the angle editor, I'm going to right click and say open an angle editor. You can see that my angles got ordered based on that the camera angle. So A is on top, B is on the bottom. You were also looking in the angle viewer here. Let me bring that up. So in this viewer, kind of what I was telling you you can do is you can select what's going to be your audio and what's going to be your video angle. You had this one selected, which means if I select this, it's going to take both the audio and the video from this clip. If you'll notice up here in the inspector, it changed everything back to A. But you can also select these individually. You can click on the video icon and say, I want this to be my video. You can click on the audio icon and say, I want that to be my audio. That's another way of setting this up. So hopefully that answers your question. That's it. Bye. You know what? Quick amendment here, because I just thought to myself, you may be having this issue with something that's already on the timeline. What I just showed you how to set it up, your multicam clip up before you put it into the timeline, but you may already have it in the timeline. So how do you change audio angles when it's already in the timeline? So I put this clip into the timeline, and I'm actually going to make a couple of cuts on it here. So if you want to change the audio angle on a specific segment, I'm going to use the arrow tool to highlight that segment, and then I can just right click and I can change the active video angle or I can change the active audio angle. So right now, this section has the audio angle as B. I can right click and change that to A if I want to. So now it's using the actual camera audio.
SENA.
Tell us your title and the company.
You can hear there that it's obviously the camera audio and not the second system audio. But let's right click on it, say active audio angle, change that to B, Bravo, and now we're back to the second system audio.
Well, there's several ways that a specifier.
So that's how you do it if it's already in the timeline.